I started Saved in 2005. The reason why we started it, myself and Andy Chatterley, who was producing with me as Skylark and Buick Project, that no one would sign our tracks. We were like, right, let's start a label, because if no one's going to sign them, how are people going to hear it? So we started with, it was Buick Project presents Skylark, and the record was called Chancer, and that was the first record that we put out. Wow, there's so many releases that we've had. I think the special ones that stick out for me, well, obviously the Buick Project Chancer, our first release, you know, it was quite a big thing to put out there in the world for us. And the reason why I did Skylark and Buick Project, I was actually too scared to put my name on it. I was too worried that it would affect my DJ career and people would think it sucked and stuff like that. So that's why Skylark and Buick Project was born. I think a couple of records, you know, the Loco Dice remix that I did, Definition, was a good record to put out. My remix of Subam, up till now, probably Set Me Free as well, you know, recent days. So yeah, there's been a lot of stuff that we put out that I'm kind of proud of. Set Me Free came about by a bootleg that I just did, a track by Robert Courtois. He was recording under the guise of Hysteric Ego, and it was a track that came out in the early 90s, and I just made it for a bit of fun. So I was playing it for about a year. I sent it to a lot of people and they were playing it out. And then when we decided to relaunch Saved last year, I basically emailed him, contacted him through Instagram as well, and basically said, look, I've sampled one of your records. It's doing really, really well. Would you let me put it out on Saved as our first sort of comeback release? And he was super cool, like super easy, so nice to work with. The record just flew. And I think we got our first #1 on Beatport for about 10 years, so it was super nice. The biggest obstacles, I think, was entering like the digital era. We were a vinyl only kind of label. I think the biggest shock to the system was when Beatport and stuff like that came around. But once we overcame that and we decided, you know, to run things parallel, we every release was vinyl and digital, so we had both sides covered. But I think that was a tricky period for us. So one of the biggest achievements as well was putting my first album out on Saved. I stopped, and then we finally decided that we were going to release it. So I had this kind of ambient melody, like an interlude on the track, and I was thinking who I could get on it. So I messaged Simon Marlin. His wife Charlie was working with Damon Albarn. I said, could you send this to Damon? I'd previously worked on a remix for the Gorillaz, so he kind of knew my name and stuff like that. And within an hour, he'd sent back the vocals for it. He'd written this beautiful kind of verse and chorus for the track. Another track which came down sort of the last minute to get on the album was a track called Flashing Lights, which Kanye West produced. And we used the sample with the vocal, which he cleared for us as well. I think bringing through young artists, things that I can tick off that it was an achievement for us, breaking careers and helping young sort of artists develop along the way. I think the best advice, and I've said it a few times to young artists coming through, is take inspiration from other artists and don't copy anyone because someone else has done it and they're already ahead of the game with you. It's finding your sound and your vibe and stick to it. Don't jump ship. It's going to take time and eventually it will click. Special memories. When we reached the 10-year anniversary, that was a big achievement for us, and we did a really good party in Vauxhall where we invited all the artists. The foundation of Save was always about putting music out that we played and that I played especially, and that I wanted to sign. We're still here 20 years later. It's kind of testament to the label that we're still relevant to people out there that like our music. I never expected it to last this long. I just used it I thought it was a phase that, putting out our own music. The next 20 years, it's a long way. I think just stick to our guns. We've never changed. We've never followed the trends. We've never followed the fashion. We've just put out music that I play in my sets, and hopefully people will still be entertained by the music in 20 years' time.